Good morning, traders. We had a big fall in the S&P 500 futures last night. It looks like we're already starting to recover, and by open we should be up to gap fill. I'm going to go over the levels that I'm looking at for trades, and if you like the video, please subscribe, leave comments behind anything that you can do to help the channel. I appreciate, and let's do it. Okay, good morning, traders. This is the prep video for the S&P 500 futures market, the ES and the MES. The date is 6/3/2019, and it's about 5:30 in the morning where I'm at. And looking at the beginning of the week, Monday weekly candle, you can see we had a tumble all the way down to 27.31 last night, and we've already recovered, looks like about 15 points of it. We fell right into the bottom of this volume node right here, and we're bouncing right back up, and it looks like we're going to fill the gap probably before market open here. Looking on the big time frame, there's this gap that's just a little bit lower right here, call it 27.20. 26. There's something here at 21, 22 probably, and 27, 12, kind of 15-ish right there. And then up here you've got a big shelf of volume sitting here at 27.54. You got another one, 27.60 right here, 63, and probably into this gap up here, 27.75-ish. That's on the weekly time frame, the levels that I'm kind of seeing. Let's take a look real quick at the daily. I'd kind of mark these out. Let's see if they line up on the daily. ATR is at 36.43. I'd kind of drawn this in a little bit before, but that puts our range at 27.79 to 27.08. That kind of goes in line with this volume node, and in line with the kind of the bottom of this little cluster right here in this volume node. Looks like I pretty much did the same thing, 27.75.75, which is this gap right here. That volume node, 27.60.75.50, 27.60.50, and the top I have marked off at 27.54 right there. And then for the bottom, yeah, 27.26.50. There's a nice gap at 27.25 too, and 27.15 looks like it lines up with both this symmetry line and kind of the top of this volume node, and maybe the top of some of these candles right here. And then you have the range extreme, which is the bottom, 27.08, 27.07, which is the bottom of that node right there. We'll probably fill the gap pretty easily, I think, but you've got a huge shelf of volume, and we're going to look at it here on another time frame real quick. When you look at it on the 60, you can see that it was all selling here previously in this volume node right here. So I think there will be some pretty good resistance up into this area. You'll see if we scroll back on this one, I put this red line right here, and we bounce basically right into the cluster of this pivot right here. And now we're trading back up across the the gap, and this is the bottom of the gap, and this is the volume node. So just to give you some context there. So that's the first volume node right there. And then we're basically traveling across this gap, and there's nothing here. So there's no volume here. So it's going to fill this probably before the open. We'll be back to where we were, like nothing ever happened. On the delta, you can see the delta down here, that just constant buying. They're going to put it back, right? Basically, we traded up through this cluster. You can see they kind of grinded through it, got up, pulled back, found support across the top of it, bounced up again, came back, kind of tested it, and kind of found support across the top of that and maybe the bottom of that, and then bounce it again, and off we go. Like I said, we'll be up here in no time at all. Anything to tell you, intraday, again, looks like they're in a buying frenzy right now. So keep your targets tight if you're gonna scalp the blue lines to the short side when it's going up. Keep your stops tight. If it pulls back, look for support and a bounce off of the scalping lines the other way. In intraday, you can see this big shelf of volume right here, so I'm expecting a pullback off of this area right here, and it usually reacts to the close of the gap right here too. Level 2 is telling me that there's something right here in the history. Let's take I don't have it on my chart. So this is 2749, 2749. Boy, I'm like way off. Where are you? It's the high volume right there. It's this guy right here. So looks like they're gonna maybe try and stop them right there. You can see the big ask volume right here. It's starting to build. So I don't think they'll be successful, but who knows? It's all about who shows up to trade. Symmetry. So this is the same size as that guy right there. Let me just move him out of the way. So I drew it from the top of this pivot to the bottom of this pivot. Oop. Come on. And then put that guy right there. So it had a nice little bisection line right there. You can see price trading on both sides. Stack it up, lines up perfect with the gap fill. Nice little pullbacks off of the levels after I drawn it, and like I said, it's probably going to reach 100% range extension, which is up here. So keep that in mind. So that's the symmetry. I think I gave you the levels back here on the daily. We're due for a bounce. We wouldn't be surprised if we have an up day, even though it's actually a down day right at this point, but I can see people buying back in. It hit a pretty good level down there, right under this volume node, and then you have this big one right here. So how far it travels up today, it looks like it would have problems trying to get up over 2763, if you ask me. So, but could get a fast travel up here to this volume node before the open, and then a pullback after that, and then another push up. So remember, we always talk about in the videos, you test the bottom of the node, get a pullback, then it travels across and tests the top of the node and get another pullback. So just keep that in mind with this little volume node down here that we're looking at. So Here's the node right here. If you're going to take short trades, you know, those are the better locations. Okay, good luck in your trading today, and I will see you at the end of the day to see how all the scalping levels and other levels kind of played out today. Take care.